Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pool bringing you yet another game of StarCraft 2. Today's match is going to be between LiquidJinro, our awesome Terran player from Team Liquid, and of course NSHJjakji, the incredible Korean Terran player from New Star, Hoseo, I believe is how you pronounce it. Today's match is going to be played on Antiga Shipyard, and for TvT, this provides a pretty interesting map. You can definitely go many different builds. I feel like drop play on this map is really effective, especially if your opponent's going for a mech or something. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that the mech is completely ineffective. As a matter of fact, it's pretty easy to defend against drops if you have a good amount of Vikings and turret placement. So we may just see Marine tank. Either way, should be a pretty interesting game, and I'm excited to see how it does play out. I'm going to open up my production tab. It looks like Jinro, though, is going to go ahead and get his gas on the typical gas timing. And as far as Jjakji goes, doesn't look like he's going to be getting his anytime soon. He may get it here on 13. And I actually want to think, yeah, of course, that's that's not standard gas timing for Jinro. That's actually before his racks, so without a doubt he'll probably be getting a factory, as you don't need to get your gas that early in order to get a tech lab out for Reapers, and he might do a Hellion drop or something like that. Either way, he'll be getting a factory and definitely is going to be teching up. Now Jjakji, of course, getting his gas on the typical timing, which is 13, and I'm sure we'll probably be getting most likely a Reaper fast expand. So we will have to see what both of these players do. And I don't know if you guys watched the match between Jinro and Marine King Prime that I casted. Jinro had a really interesting Marauder bunker rush that he did, where I want to think he built his racks here in the middle of the map, and it actually was pretty effective. I think he ended up, well, I won't spoil the game, but either way, the harassment or the early push that he did was really cool. Of course, that's not what he's doing now. He is going for that factory and, of course, building supply depots on the edges where he'll be able to spot any Reaper coming up here. Another thing to note on this map, for those of you that don't really know, is that Reapers can actually only come up into the base here, where this, I guess you could say it's like 2 high grounds worth of steps. Like he has to go up this step in order to get to the main base. So LiquidJinro obviously preparing for that. And it looks like I was actually wrong. Jjakji is getting a factory and actually going possibly reactor to Hellions against Terran. And that can, like I said, be effective, especially if your opponent's going for a fast expansion. You can really take out a lot of his Marines really easily, as well as get in there and take out some workers. But it does look like Jinro is going to go ahead and get a starport. It is on the way. He doesn't have a second gas right now, so most likely we'll be seeing a Marine, Hellion, and possibly a Viking or Medevac drop. Now it does look like Jjakji is also getting a starport, so both of these players choosing to remain on one base for this for the stage in the game, and I think that's a relatively wise decision. Sorry, it's pretty easy for Terran, in my experience, to, if you go for a fast expo, to lose to one base attacks. And it's just, I don't know, it's very depressing sometimes. So a lot of the times you'll see the pros just sticking to one base for a little bit till they have a better idea of what their opponent's doing, or even just sticking to one base for a sick Banshee opening. It doesn't look like Jinro actually has Cloak or even intends on getting that. He might actually just be getting one Banshee. Now we do see a Hellion from Jjakji trying to push up to the ramp, and actually Jinro doing a great job there, managing to take out that Hellion when Jjakji really didn't need to be losing that there. It does look like he is building, of course, a Medevac and some more Marines as well as Hellions, so he's going to try to get up into the ramp of LiquidJinro, and right now all that Jinro is going to have is one Banshee. Now he's also making a Viking right now, and this Banshee will be going straight to Jjakji's base, forcing, of course, Jjakji to pull some Marines back. He doesn't have an engineering bay out, so he can't make any turrets, and it's going to be really annoying for him to deal with this. Now, it does look like Jinro is coming in here to do some SCV, get some SCV kills, and it's going to be really easy for him to do. Jjakji not even pulling his SCVs off the line, instead is going for this drop up in Jinro's base. So meanwhile, Jinro's going to be doing that harassment, while Jjakji does his harassment, and all the Jinro has is 4 Marines and 1 Hellion, and Viking to take out that medevac, so it's going to be really hard for Jinro to deal with this. It does look like he is going to be pulling all of his SCVs and getting some good surrounds there, and going to manage to clean up this attack. Meanwhile, his Banshee is at about, oh my god, 17 kills right now, 18 kills, and I think he died with 18 or 19 worker kills. Excellent job by Jinro. Let's look at the workers killed. Jjakji doing not too bad himself, got about 18, I'm sorry, not 18, but 8 down. Meanwhile, Jinro was able to get 17 down. So Jinro pulling out a little bit ahead, and look at the units lost here. Obviously, our Red Terran is very far behind and is going to be quite difficult for him to catch back up. The thing, though, about TvT is that regardless of major disadvantages, it's not impossible, and is in fact a little bit more forgiving than other matchups when it comes to catching back up in the game. You can get behind in macro, but if you get some good siege tank placement and just out micro your opponent, you can actually come back into the game. And even if Terran makes one little misstep and moves half their army or their entire army into your siege tank line of fire, you really can gain that momentum back. So it does look like Jinro is producing Hellions with his blue flame, so I would imagine that he's going to be going for a mech play, but actually a really interesting composition. He's going for a lot of Vikings and a decent amount of Hellions here. Not opting to get another factory quite yet. Excuse the yawn, guys. What a drag, I know. I just got back from work, working until midnight, so I'm only a little bit tired here. But it does look like Jinro is going to be moving into the base of his opponent to see exactly what he's got going on and size up the army and see if it's going to be worth it pushing in it. Now, it does look like Jinro is going to lose 1 Viking right there, and that's actually a pretty big loss at this stage in the game. You don't want to get behind in air units when you're going to be fighting for air control the entire match. Now, it does look like Jinro is probably not going to be able to do anything with this attack, and it's going to be forced to pull back, whereas Jjakji is getting, oh my god, oh, another Viking kill there, and Jinro really wants to get that Viking if he can all help it. Now, it does look like Jjakji, is getting 1 Banshee right now, and doesn't have 1 on the map, but it's almost finished producing, as well as Cloak. So Jjakji here returning the Banshee harassment favor, and will he only choose to get 1? He might get 2 here. Of course, Jinro is pulling back. Oh, there's the other one, so it has no kill, so I didn't miss anything. Now, this 1 Banshee is going to be coming in here to do a decent amount of harassment, picking up those already hurt SCVs, and there goes the scan as well as these Vikings. However, there is another Banshee down at the natural expansion of Jinro, and is currently got 2 kills. Now there is the scan by Jinro, and it manages to clear up those Banshees relatively easily. Now Jjakji here doesn't even have another command center, so Jinro is, as long as he stays in this game, will get ahead even more than he is right now. Right now, I'm sorry I didn't put these nameplates up. Right now he does have 63 supply versus 57. So he is a little bit ahead. Let's look at the units lost. It's starting to even up a little bit, like I said, for Jjakji. You know, managing to get back into this game. However, he is very, very far behind because he does not have an expansion yet. Now, LiquidJinro only has about a bazillion Hellions here. It looks like about 8 Hellions with a few Marines to deal with this Marine and tank push, and it's going to be really difficult. He's definitely going to have to be pulling his SCVs here into this attack and needs to drop down those Vikings, in my opinion. But I suppose he just wants to be able to deal with that Banshee. There we go, that Raven finally going down from Jinro. And will he be able to clear this up? It's going to be really difficult for him to do that. And like I said, Jjakji managing to pull off this attack, and there's the siege mode now. Jjakji is going to be setting up a little bit of a contain, and he does have the air superiority for now. Looking at the production tab, he doesn't have any more Vikings on their way, and as a matter of fact, he doesn't even have any en route for reinforcement. Now, there is a Banshee out for LiquidJinro, and there are only a handful of Marines to deal with this. If Jinro micros perfectly, he will be able to survive this attack with just this Banshee, and that would be absolutely epic. It does look like he may be able to do that. It looks like, okay, now Jinro is going to be pulling some Hellions here to deal with these Marines, and now finally his Banshee gonna remain really the deciding factor in that battle and able to take out these tanks. Now there is 1 Marine and will be able to take out that Banshee. He is gonna go for it, but it does not manage to do so, and Jinro really needs to chase down this this tank if he can help it. But 2 more Marines are on their way, and Jinro might actually lose this Banshee. No, manages to fly away 4 now. Ooh, taking a few shots. Is at 14 health right now. However, Jjakji does have that Viking, so he will be able to chase down that Banshee. And these SCVs are repairing. Now this Viking here from Jinro versus the Viking from Jjakji is getting repaired, and will the shot? He manages to take out the Viking from Jjakji. However, these tanks are doing a ton of damage to this orbital command right now, and Jinro being forced to lift it off. Now we do have the Viking once more, gonna go up head to head against these Marines, and most likely we'll be able to clean them up. Wow, a lot of action going on here, but there is another Viking from Jjakji, and this is just so exciting right here. Jjakji gonna go for that Banshee. However, there are 2 Vikings for Jinro, and they will be able to take out Jjakji's Banshee. Viking, sorry. And Jinro managing to hold on so far. Man, some excellent aggression. And macro from Jjakji managing to make exactly what he needs to make to take out Jinro. However, Jinro just managing to hold on a little bit better, and his Viking count there in the end is really what saved him that. Just look at the units. Yeah, it looks like Jinro does have that 1 Banshee. I'm not sure where it's at right now. There it is. It's along with his Vikings here. So now Jinro is going to be going in here to face off against these 4 tanks. Man, that's just so many tanks to deal with. But the thing is, if Jinro can just maintain his air superiority, there will really be nothing that Jjakji can do to deal with the 1 cloaked Banshee in this air unit composition. Now Jjakji is currently unsieged here, so Jinro is just going to be able to go in here. Of course, not really be able to take them out quite yet. However, there's a Viking battle going on here, and it looks like Jinro is going to be losing that Viking battle. Going to lose that air superiority there. Now this Banshee is going to need to back off. However, 1 Viking does take out almost every single Viking from Jjakji. Jjakji managing to hold on to the 1 Viking that he does have, as well as produce more Vikings here. And I just wonder, where are the air reinforcements for Jinro? Forgets to rally his starport there, so that really could have helped him. I don't know how long those have actually been out. A little bit unfortunate there. Let's look at the units lost, though. It looks like Jjakji has managed to pull ahead. He is losing less, at least. As far as the income goes, though, Jinro is definitely ahead in those regards. So actually, Jinro's not doing too badly, and I would say that he is ahead. He's obviously ahead in supply, regardless of having lost a little bit more. Of course, that is kind of to be expected, especially when you're dealing with a 1-Rex play. It's going to be hard for you to hold on, but the thing is, if you can manage to save your expansion, manage to save your workers, you will end up pulling out ahead because your macro will have been greater than your opponents who just stuck to 1 base, and that's exactly what Jjakji did. Finally, though, he was able to get that natural up, so it does look like we have another push coming in here from Jjakji, and got about 4 SCVs here to repair his tanks. Sieging up 1 tank right there, sieging up another, and all 3 of these tanks are sieged. Now there are a ton of Vikings, 5 in fact, for Jjakji, and Jinro only has 4 right now. So it's going to take a hell of a lot of micro from Jinro to be able to deal with these, and I don't know if he'll actually be able to. There are 2 Vikings, though, still over his starport that he has not noticed, and I'm hoping, there we go, he finally noticed those. Now, it does look like we have 6 Vikings versus, what do we have for, oh, we do have 5 from Jjakji, so Jinro is going to go in for this Viking war, and will manage to win this one. These Marines here not helping at all against these Vikings, and now Jinro does have the air superiority that he's been fighting so hard for to get. And this 1 Banshee just doing so much damage. You wouldn't think that just 1 unit could do so much, but when supported by these Vikings, it just becomes almost godlike in this matchup. Now, it does look like Jinro is going to be chasing down these tanks, and if he could take out those tanks, Jjakji would just be in so much trouble. Of course, Jinro does have 2 more Vikings on their way, and sieging up outside the main of Jjakji. Going to be going for his production facilities right now. And most likely we'll be able to take this tank, or I'm sorry, be able to take out this factory. Now Jjakji getting 1 really good shot there off against his Vikings. However, Jinro is going to be repairing his Vikings while sending reinforcements. And that factory will be lifted off and possibly saved. It will be saved for now. Now the tanks for Jjakji are sieged up here, and this is going to come down to if Jinro can maintain his vision up here, and it does look like he will be able to do so far. Of course, trying to take as many Vikings as he can, trying to do some micro without actually losing one, just getting a few shots, running back repairing and then getting a few shots more running back and repairing is Jinro's strategy right now. Let's look at... Looks like Jjakji still has about 6 Vikings, and it is going to be another Viking war. Of course, Jinro does have more Vikings, so he needs to focus down these Jjakji Vikings if he wants to win this, and he will be able to do that. Once again, maintaining that vision of the high ground. Now these Marines are coming up here and getting tons of shots from the tanks, and there's obviously nothing that Jjakji can do, and he does GG out. Alright, thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the cast. Please feel free to leave me feedback. Subscribe to my channel if you like me. Like the video, dislike it, whatever you want to do, but at least leave me some feedback on how I can get better. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later.